What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys had a fantastic day today. And today we have the DFW Day Trip conclusion vlog from December 28th, 2022 for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. And without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Today we're going to be concluding the DFW Day Trip from December 28th, 2022. I'm very excited to get into today's video as we have a bunch to recap from this absolutely amazing day trip and so much to talk about. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. So let's go ahead and pick up right where we left off in the trip report coming back on the American Airlines Boeing 737-800. Highly recommend checking out that video if you haven't already. It was a very good trip report, but we have just arrived here at the Tulsa International Airport, as you can see, and we got to see various really cool aircraft, including the PSA Sierra Day 700 on the Washington, D.C. flight, and also our American 737 as well. The airport was very nice and clean at this time. We went over it several times during the evening, so I won't go too far in depth, but it was very nice and clean, as it always is, and plenty of activity going on this nice December evening. So yeah, really not too much outside that. I will at the very end of the video play the clip here where I give my raw thoughts at the very end of the trip, so expect that. But yeah, this video is going to be fairly brief, as I'm just going to briefly talk about each of the videos that I made from this trip and also go into detail on how awesome the plane spotting was at DFW, the intention of the day trip. So let's go ahead and kind of talk about it. So again, this is a good opportunity as well. If you did miss out on any of these videos, then feel free to go ahead and check those out if you are interested. We got to see a bunch of really cool ones, including a three Delta 717s at Tulsa International Airport to start out the day. That was really cool, so definitely recommend checking that one out if you haven't already. The first American 737-800 trip report, which was actually kind of unique. There was some various elements to it that really made it unique, flying the 737-800 for American for the 15th time. So I would recommend checking that one out if you are interested. And then of course we had our various in-flight videos as well, with the pushback and engine start, takeoff, cruise, and landing videos. All were really good. There were some really cool views. What really stands out to me from this flight was the really nice gusty takeoff that we had on the American 737. We got to pass through some really cool intervals at 22,000 feet there for those cumulus clouds. So that was also pretty cool. And we had a nice, really long landing as well, which is also nice. So I would recommend checking out all those if you are interested. Some of the absolute best videos from this day trip definitely come with the DFW plane spotting. We have a DFW Skylink run that was super fun, so that was great. Recommend checking that out if you're interested, of course. The Founders Plaza spotting video was absolutely amazing. That was definitely the absolute highlight of this day trip, including various heavies like the British Airways Airbus A380, Qantas 787s, and just so many more. There was a bunch of really cool planes and some specials as well thrown in there, and just perfect weather, great lighting. It was really fun, and I would recommend checking it out in its full detail if you are interested, of course. And then we also had a nighttime spotting video as well, which was super fun, including the US Airways Heritage A321, 2 Qantas 787s, and so many more as well. So that was really cool too. And then, of course, we had the flight back and that content regarding the American 737-800 as we were flying that from Dallas to Tulsa. Of course, a little bit of a delay, if you get what I'm saying, but nevertheless, it went really well, so not complaining with that. And then we had the pushback, takeoff, cruise, and landing video. They weren't quite as in-depth as the other daytime in-flight videos, but the really cool part about this is when we were pushing back, we got to see Flagship Valor and One World parked right next to us, so that was really cool. And we also got to see some really cool planes taxiing out. On the takeoff roll, we got to see various heavies lined up at the DFW International Terminal, which was really cool, some of which I've never seen to that point, which was Turkish and Iberia. Still trying to get Iberia, but did get Turkish earlier this year, so that was nice. And we also got to see Christmas lights in DFW, which was really cool. The cruise video was very nice and simple. Got to see some nice cities that we know and love on that route, so that was really cool. And then the landing at Tulsa was really nice to finally get to see those Christmas lights. I've never really got to do that before, so that was a really cool element of that. So that went really well. So yeah, that was all the videos, and then of course including this one. So that will get us to 15 videos from this really jam-packed day trip. Like I said, it was really good. We had 3 DFW spotting videos out of this, which is quite impressive. Was not expecting 3, so I thought that went really well. 2 awesome trip reports with various in-flight videos, so that was really fun, and just a bunch of really good plane spotting, and the day was really impressive. So honestly, I thought that it turned out really well. I was very pleased with all the various catches that we got. I was certainly worth the money to do this, and I really enjoyed each and every element of this day trip, and I highly would recommend doing a day trip if you are interested. They're really fun and great opportunities to go somewhere you either know really well or haven't been to before, and also at the same time, in addition to that, getting a bunch of really cool catches. I've done day trips to Dallas, Fort Worth, Denver, and hopefully more to come in the near future, but every time I've done a day trip, I've really enjoyed it, and they're really fun. I also did some actual day trips where I just flew all day instead of plane spotting, the Dallas and Phoenix day trip, the Breeze Nashville Tulsa inaugural day trip, and various others as well. So I would recommend doing them. them if you are interested, because day trips are a really good opportunity. I might make a video on that more in the future, going into detail of how to plan a day trip, whether you want it to be all flying related or a bunch of plane spotting, or maybe a little bit of both, because I went on various day trips before where I've been able to get some really good spotting in. The Dallas and Phoenix day trip, I spotted at Dallas for several hours and also Phoenix for a really solid hour too. So if you plan your cards right and also have good flexibility, they end up working out really well. So yes, ultimately this trip was really fun. There's the plane spotting at Founders really was the huge highlight for me, since I've never done that to that point. So really great location, Founders Plaza. Very excited for the Airlines International spotting meetup that we'll be having here in a couple of weeks. So that'll be a great opportunity to get back out there in the nice heat with heat haze. But hey, went there for the winter to knock out the ideal photography setup, and that certainly worked very well. But that's not to take away from how awesome this summer meetup's going to be, and expect more videos on that in the near future. So I'll briefly talk about the future outlook for our real life content. So this is getting paired with the Denver conclusion vlog from a week later on January 4th, 2023. They ended up falling right into place with each other because the spotting video for DFW, the last one, got prolonged a little bit. So I wanted that to come out before I make this video. And now the Denver video will be coming out in conjunction with this. So that wraps up both these trips fully. The in-flight videos for the United 175 will be posted over on Thrust Reduction HD. So stay on the lookout for those, as they'll be coming out very soon. And then we'll be transitioning into the next trip, which will be Dallas, Miami, and Atlanta. So very excited for that. We'll start out with Amtrak's Heartland Flyer, which will be our first train trip port on the channel. So changing it up a little bit there will be exciting. So excited to document that. That'll be a really good experience. And then we have some various really cool videos from that trip, including, but not limited to, the following. We're going to have a video on American Airlines Admiral Club. We're going to have a video on DFW transportation, which is going to include the Trendy Rail Express, DART, and many more. I might hold off on making that video. I haven't decided yet, because I'll be doing text rail soon enough and a little bit more DART. So it's certainly challenging to decide, but there's a bunch of ways to get around DFW. So I'll make that decision here coming up soon, but you can expect that here in the near future, along with more DFW spotting, American Airlines 787-9 trip report, really fun, Miami plane spotting, along with the airplane shot video. Then we'll also have, let's see here, I'm probably forgetting something. If I am, I apologize. But Delta 737-300 trip port, very excited for that one as well, along with Atlanta spotting, the Delta Flight Museum, really, really fun. Atlanta's plane spotting, and Delta 717 trip port as well. So that'll be a loaded trip. That'll definitely carry us all the way through the summer and possibly even into the fall a little bit. I'm hopeful to get that all out by the end of summer, but this summer is going to be packed for me, so I'll do my best. But I do have all of it. I do have a bunch of really great content, so just whenever I can make content, that's what we're doing right here. So very excited for that outlook. And yeah, this trip though, I'm sorry to get a little off track, but just recapping this trip in its full, it was a really great trip, and I think the videos really speak for themselves on how fun it was. We got to do that live stream from the American 737 returning, so that was really fun. And yeah, a bunch of really cool variables that went into this as well, and it worked out really well. I thought this was a great day trip, and we got some great plane spotting in, which was the objective. So ultimately, I was super happy with it, and I thought that it was a really fun experience. And ultimately, I highly recommend checking out all these videos if you haven't got to already. But nevertheless, I'll let the final clip really do the talking, because there was a bunch of raw emotions in it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this day trip. It was so much fun to make, and yeah, really excited for the next one. Next day trip content will be our trip to, if I'm not mistaken, Denver again in May, that we had this previous May. So expect that. Oh, never mind, the Austin day trip. Excuse me, the Austin day trips first. Sorry, that trip was so fun. It didn't even feel like a day trip, because it was there was so much going on. But nevertheless, that was a day trip. So expect content from the Austin day trip following the Dallas, Miami, Atlanta content. So really excited for all of that, and I hope you guys are as well. But I'll do this last clip, do the talking. So really hope you guys enjoyed this segment. Thank you guys so much for watching this day trip. It was so much fun, and I'll let the last clip do the talking. So really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much, and let's transition over there. And just like that, everybody, 2022 has came to a close. Wow, it went by way too fast, but man, it was an incredible year of traveling. We got to go to Chicago, we got to go to Nashville, just got to go to Dallas today. You know, obviously it wasn't as active as what I hoped, and we had some miscues and some trips that had to be canceled due to unrelated circumstances, most of them out of my control. But it was truly an incredible year, and just what a way to finish it. I was so hopeful that I was going to be able to do this over this break, and we most certainly did. I'm so excited for what 2023 has to bring and all the moving pieces to go along with that. I'm hopeful to start up next year strong here, and hopefully just a few weeks if everything is according to plan. So truly an incredible year. Can't thank you guys enough for coming along for the ride. I hope you guys are excited for what's to come. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, and no matter what, we're gonna keep it up, and I'm excited for what's to come. Hope you guys are as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe, trust the process, do what you love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.